Iain, I'm delighted that we can do this. Didn't happen on the day of your baptism, although it was a joyful day. But yeah, it would just be great for people to hear something of your story. From your point of view, how did you first come to HPC? What brought you here?
At that point, it was a chance encounter going shopping,
Yeah.
where I met a really nice guy and his family out shopping, getting my groceries. And he told me the ways of how he lives his life.
Yeah.
And I was kind of eager to learn, actually,
Yeah.
more than anything.
Sure.
And I wanted to know what made him so happy.
Sure.
He seemed a lot happier than I was.
Right, and that was Matt and Emma.
That was Matt and Emma.
Great. So what came next?
Through the next couple of months, he was telling me that he has faith and he's a man of God.
Yeah.
And as a child, I was always there. I love God and love Jesus. But through time, I kind of drifted away.
Sure.
In finding Matt, he reawoke that. And I just thought, well, what harm can it do?
Of course,
Let's go and find out. Let's see what the people are like. Let's see if I can rediscover something.
Sure. And that brought you here to Headley Park Church, although that wasn't your first time in this area, was it? Let's go back in time.
Well, it's like somebody had a plan for me, because I grew up in this area.
Okay.
The woodland next to this church.
Yeah.
I played there.
Right.
I love spending time down in like a little pond and being at one with nature. I was always at peace there.
Yeah.
And very happy. And I am now coming back to this church where I used to walk past, and my friend lived across the road from this church. So it's like scorched into my brain, into my psyche.
Yeah.
And I thought, this is quite peculiar, but also very welcoming.
Sure. So almost at the two ends of your story is Headley Park, Bishopsworth, kind of South Bristol. As you look over the span of your life, where did you see God in the midst of that kind of middle period that you've refound the Lord now? You talk about knowing him when you were little. What was going on in the middle?
Life had taken a hold, and even though I now realize he was always there, I just didn't necessarily know it.
Sure.
I always kind of believed in God, but I'd lost trust in the institutions that I grew up with.
Of course.
And then once you discover that distrust, you drift away from things.
You do. There was faith earlier in your family, wasn't there? Your grandmother was very precious to you?
My gran lived she passed on what would have been her 101st birthday.
Yeah.
And she was devout Christian, always so loving and generous, always giving. She was a wartime child. She grew up the first 16 years of her life in London. And at the outbreak of the war, they moved to Bristol.
Yeah.
And she spent her life within the church, creating church groups for people that had lost loved ones in the war.
Yeah.
And I took a great lesson from that.
Of course.
Always give.
Yeah. And you wondered just how often she would have prayed for you, and maybe wondered what was going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, I always spoke to her, even in my period of absence of loving God.
Yes.
And it was always a strong influence. But she never forced it. You knew it.
Yeah.
But it was left at that.
Yeah.
It was your choice.
Yes.
And I greatly respect that now in my 50s.
Sure.
It's like, I know you know, but it was just left there.
Yeah.
So it was ever present.
Yeah, and her life showed it.
Yeah.
It was clear.
It was, she was always giving. She worked in 2 schools at the same time. She raised 4 children, was married for 63 years.
Wow.
And she was always so kind and giving.
Yeah. So then let's kind of come forward again. And there was that particular Sunday morning that I referenced on the day of your baptism, when it just seemed to me, I don't know how it was to you, that things just seemed to kind of fall into place. You talked about being loved by someone who shouldn't love me.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about that day?
As you say, it was very joyous. I was very excited.
Yeah.
I'm sorry it's taken so long to get to this point.
No, it's fine.
But I think somebody else had a little idea for me.
Yes.
Thankfully, I feel God was protecting me against that.
Yes.
I just remember being happy.
Yeah.
That was the overriding emotion on that day.
Sure.
I've spent a life of a million different emotions, all happening at the same time.
Yeah.
Kind of like a very manic lifestyle.
Yes.
But that day, it was just like everything seemed to click into place.
Yeah.
I realized that I am useless and and pathetic and wretched, even if I think I'm not. I kind of realized it. And I want to live as good a life as I can under the Lord's guidance.
Sure.
And hand, because I now know he was always there, always looking after me.
Of course.
And that's how I know how much love he has.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Well, let's kind of finish off there, talking about the Lord, talking about Jesus. What is it about him that has just gripped you? I don't know what word you would use. What is it about Jesus that has caught your attention?
He never ever judged anyone. And he never exalted himself. Very selfless, very humble.
Yeah.
I've tried to live like that. I don't think myself any more or less than anybody else. I think he would say, good on you for that. But I'm also open to listening how he would move me forward in life.
Of course.
You know, I'm a man of humble means, very humble. But I have a big heart and a willing, giving nature. And I want to give what I can to the world. Sure.
And I love that. And that's the glory of the gospel, isn't it? That we see ourselves, as you said, as kind of wretched and rotten. And yet, through the power of the Spirit, we can be changed, we can be raised, and useful to him. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. I mean, he's taught me over these 4 decades that I've been away, all the things that have happened in my life.
Yeah.
And having grown and understood everything that's happened to me, that my life can serve as an example for other people.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to do.
Yeah, no, I certainly see that. I think you've been an encouragement to many already. So yeah, fantastic. Thank you, Iain. That's been such a blessing to me. I'm sure it will be to people watching as well.
I'm very grateful to you. You've helped me understand things that I was unsure of, unknowing of. And your faith is also an inspiration.
People will think I've written your script there, Iain, but thank you.
I swear to you, these are my words.
The Lord is at work in us all. But that's great. Fantastic. Thank you, Iain.
Thank you very much.